Good morning, everyone, and good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you stumble on this video. My name is George Charisma, and I'm excited to welcome you to my channel. If you're new here, please do me the favor of subscribing to this channel, and you can click on the notification bell so when a new video comes, you will be notified. I want to share my experience. I had an unforgettable experience on Friday, the 6th of September 2024. So, it so happened that I was on a flight to South Africa, and we had to stop at Kigali. Kigali was the second stop. So when we got to Kigali, I left the plane. I forgot that I was not supposed to leave my stuff, in the plane, because when you leave your stuff in the plane, typically you will not return back into the plane. But I didn't know that was a divine arrangement, because something was going to happen. I left my stuff in the plane and I went down to where the reception area, the entrance into, the various exits and the various, departments and units in the airport where people are checking in and checking out. And I just went there so I could get internet and connect with my family and tell them that this is where I am and all that. Then as I came out, I was just, getting into the place, trying to get connected. And then at some point, I realized that the time for the next flight was already catching up with me. So I wanted to rush back into the plane and get my stuff, and I was told that no, you cannot go back into the plane. So as I stood there thinking about what I would do, one of the hostesses had already come to me and told me that they are going to bring my stuff. I just have to tell her where I was sitting and all that. So when they went to bring my stuff, and in all of that, confusion, I suddenly ran into the outstanding and distinguished image of the man called Mr. Peter Obi, His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, who inspired a lot of us during the last election in Nigeria. This is a man I've always wanted to meet. I listened to Mr. Peter Obi at some point, and I felt like these are the leaders that Africa needs. And I told myself that I want to meet this man. There are very few people that I've listened to and I felt like crying. The day I listened to Mr. Peter Obi articulate the problem of Nigeria and what he has to offer. He was in a conference, he was speaking somewhere, he was one of the keynote speakers. I felt tears coming to my eyes. I had to hold myself. They say be a man. I had to hold myself not to cry because I'm passionate about leadership, and I was blown away by this man's vision, by this man's philosophies around leadership, and even the simplicity of his person. So you can go and verify. We know Peter Obi with you can go and verify. So what happened was that as I saw him, I could not believe my eyes. I could not believe that I had just seen His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi. He was already rushing. I think he was rushing because he was already late for his own connecting flight. And it was anything. It was nothing beyond what I had expected. It was a miracle, like a miracle. One of those great guys I always wanted to meet. So I greeted him. I said, "Oh, His Excellency, I'm excited to see you." I didn't even know what to say. I don't remember all the things I said, but I told him that you inspire me a lot, sir. I've looked forward to meet you. I'm one of your fans from Cameroon, and then one of the guys in his entourage, the man was very, very simple. He greeted me. He was smiling, all smiles. I was like, wow. So this man is truly as simple as I thought he is, and then one of the guys who was with him hurriedly said, oh, you want to take a picture with him? I said, sure. Who wouldn't? Sure. And the guy already said, please give me your phone. And at that time, my phone too was, I don't know, my phone was trying to misbehave. I say, oh God, my village people. He just took the phone, and then I just stood, by Mr. Peter. He was already running late, but he was patient enough to, to stand with me and take that picture. The guy took 2 pictures. When I looked at the pictures later on, I said, Kai. I ordered for a proper phone. I was not able to get it and travel with it. And look at the quality of this picture that this guy took. This is a picture I would have wanted to actually go and, print it out, enlarge it, and put it in my room. Let my family and anybody who cares to know that I met Peter Obi in my lifetime. And that's how we took the picture. And then, he continued to go and catch his flight. I stood there, and for a moment, while I was waiting for my bag to be brought to me, I was lost in thought. You know that kind of feeling where you're like, did I just meet this man? Did this just happen? I never thought I would meet this man this soon. It's a beautiful experience that has not left me. And the lesson that I want to share from this experience is this. Opportunities can show up at a time you do not even expect. So get ready every other day for the things that you expect to happen, for the doors you expect to open so you walk through. Spend every other day preparing for whatever it is you are trusting God for as an opportunity, because it can come sooner than you expected. But it will only be a delight if it meets you prepared. It will only be a delight if it meets you prepared. The second lesson I learned is that sometimes even the misfortunes, even the bad things, even the unfortunate things that happen to us are actually a setup for good things that are coming our way. I stood there frustrated, wondering why, I did not take my bag and order from the plane, and bothering about the fact that I was going to miss my flight and all that. And then suddenly I meet a great man I had always longed to meet. Yeah, so all things work for good. All things work for good to them that love God and are called according to his purpose. The last lesson I want to leave us with is that please live in such a way that people will desire to meet you. And beyond meeting you, people will desire to know your God. Amen. I have longed to, I consider this man as a role model, as an icon. That is the way it should be. The other day I went to the Union building in Pretoria here, and I saw how people were scrambling to take pictures in front of the artwork that they did. They built something like an effigy of Nelson Mandela, and people were struggling to take pictures and all that. It's because of the legacy of Mandela. It's because of the life that Mandela lived. So live in such a way that people will scramble to connect with you. People will consider it a privilege that they are connected to you. Live a life of impact. Live with eternity in perspective, and do the best you can while you can. And someday, many years after you have died, somebody will still point to you and to your impact as a source of their inspiration for their actions, for their growth, and for their progress. Think about it. God bless you.